There's Terry from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. WFIL is the station. Hello, Terry.
Yes, hi. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Very good, very good. My question is regarding my sister, who is gay, has been gay for some time.
Okay.
And recently I was having a graduation party for my daughter at my house, a graduation cookout, and she called to ask if she could bring her significant other. And I just thought about not wanting to have that in my home or around my children, knowing that that was the situation. Mm-hmm. And I wondered what you thought about that.
Yeah. Boy, those are tough situations. Mm-hmm. You have to wonder, what is the point? Why, of all things, does she want to bring her to the house, knowing how you feel about everything? Right.
I'm trying to, raise my children in the Christian way and teaching them, to honor God and do things God's way. And I do love my sister very much, and I have talked to her about it. And I haven't badgered her or, beat her over the head with it. But when she called and asked, and I've had other situations, I don't allow alcohol in my home.
Well, could you have that kind of conversation with her and say, I'm just wondering if you could let me off the hook a little bit. This party is just an hour long, and I would love to see you. Your partner really, I tell you, I'm really confused, and it's complicated. But is there any way that you could just come on your own? I mean, that's kind of a wimpy way to do it, but I do.
I don't think it's wimpy at all.
I do wimpy things.
It sounded warm to me.
Just trying to.
I didn't see wimp in that.
Okay, Mylon, what do you think?
I was just listening.
Just listening.
But since you asked me what I think, how old is it's a graduation
right,
party?
High school graduation.
Okay, so your daughter's 17 or 18 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have I have a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Okay. Well, but you see, the realities of life are, as Christians, we're going to encounter people of all different walks of life. Mm-hmm. Do I have the ability to be a light in the darkness with people with whom I disagree? And when do I start to learn that? Do I wait till I'm 25 to learn that? Do I wait till I'm 30? When do I do that? So I'm simply creating an idea that it would be possible with boundaries to somehow socialize with somebody you disagree with in terms of lifestyle or how they live their life, for the purpose of trying to win them and be a light and to also understand them. And so wouldn't it be, a lot of people want to spend time with nuclear family and they miss people. So the question is, well, what am I doing? Why am I having them in? And perhaps it's just to love them and show them something that's special. And so I think you could take a couple of different stances on this.
Yeah. The way you're talking, you could show your 14-year-old how you disagree with something but still love the person.
Right.
I just wanted to say one of the reasons I felt I should not have her come is because I felt like welcoming her into my home would say to my children that I was okay with that.
Well, you just need to have a conversation with your children.
Yeah.
You have to tell them.
They're not
having her here does not mean that I agree with what she's doing, but it means that I am going to show love to her and acceptance of her as a human being. And kids, just like you, she absolutely knows how I feel about all of this. I don't have to go into it again.
And these are not children anymore.
Yeah,
it's not like a 7, 6, and 8-year-old.
I thought they were younger when I was giving my really wise advice, but they're older.
Yeah, and how do we prepare people? And, a lot of Christians don't know how to walk into the world and be a light in the world.
Yeah.
Now...
it is, we were chatting about it a little bit offline. I mean, Terry, I think there's a lot of folks that feel like you do, that if you say yes
Right.
you know, then somehow you're saying yes to what their behavior is and not to the person. And that's real. I know there's a group of listeners that are listening today that are going, we get what she's saying. You know, like that would be hard to do, because you do feel like you're letting something in that you disagree with.
Yeah.
But how do we bridge that gap in the relationship so that we help to educate our kids? We don't close out our family members.
Now, let me be a little bit more controversial.
Okay.
You ready? I wouldn't go to their wedding.
Oh my gosh, no.
See,
Okay.
I would invite them into my home, or I would
Right.
invite times to be with them and feel and experience opportunity to be with family. But I wouldn't go to a wedding and sit and condone something I disagree with. So there's where I would draw the line, and that's how I would draw it, Terry. But that's
Can you see that
one
difference,
guy's
Terry?
opinion.
Yeah. Can you see the difference in what Milo just said?
I mean, I had a brother-in-law who was in an adulterous relationship, and I did not allow him to bring the other woman to our family.
Sure.
So, I mean, so how do you feel about that? Should I have embrace them and just let, my children know, no, that's not your aunt. That's,
Well, a lot depends on this. A lot depends on whether the person is a Christian or not. I hold Christians to a higher standard.
Different standard.
A different standard, because God tells us to forsake sin. And we are to approach the Christian with an attitude of pleading with them to come back from the place they've extended themselves. And it's different than being together with non-believers and people who don't know any better, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. And and it's interesting that one of the qualifications for an elder in 1 Timothy 3 is they need to have a good reputation with those outside the church. Now, when's the last time you ever heard anybody applying to be an elder of a church and they went and said, now, who are some non-believers that you know that I could talk to and see what they feel about you?
Right.
See, what do all your neighbors feel about being a neighbor with the Ard Burns? You know? And we don't even go there. We don't even ask that question.
Yeah.
And so I'm supposed to have a relationship with non-believers. What for? To be a light, to share the gospel, to bring people opportunities for redemption and healing. I think Christians can be very protectionistic and rigid and hunker in and never be a light to the world.
Yeah, I mean, a light, you got to think about it. You've got to be within a certain parameter to even get into the light, right? If you're far away from somebody, you're not even near the light.
Right.
So
where else are these people going to see something different?
Yeah.
Because they're going to hang out in their social groups and they're going to be reinforcing something over and over and over again. When are they going to have an opportunity to be exposed to something different?
All right. Hope that's helpful to you. And let me send you a copy of Regret-Free Living. I hope you'll like